Hello, welcome back to another video. We got the Jeffrey Epstein news is crazy by good old Moisty, man. Good old Moist Criticalamus. So yeah, let's get into it.
I'm about to have a conniption. I'm sure all
God
of you
damn.
have seen this by now, but I have to yap about it. It is infuriating. New
I
information just dropped from the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, if you want to call it that. I don't think that nomenclature
bro, I don't
applies to
even
this
think you
circus
could
that's
call
being
it a
performed here with all of this. It's a clown show. It's
bro, honestly, from what I've seen, both parties are handling this fucking horribly. Biden and them when this shit happened handled it fucking horribly. They didn't want to release anything, and I feel like Trump's party is also handling this shit like fucking horribly, you know?
about as much of an investigation as Bozo investigating a pie that was thrown in his face. It's a fucking joke. Read this headline and tell me it doesn't make you fail.
The DOJ FBI reviews finds no Jeffrey Epstein client list confirms suicide memo. That's a load of crap. I don't believe that for a fucking second, dude. Like, and the issue is the news isn't doing a good job about fucking going about this and trying to figure out what's going on either. Like, I saw a clip of them asking Trump about it, but this was literally like the moment after the fucking flood in Texas happened, and I was just like, why would you choose? I'm like, first and foremost, why would you choose now when they're addressing this national fucking disaster that is the floods and the millions of people that are dying? Or not millions of people, but the people that are dying and whatnot due to this horrible fucking natural disaster. It's like you choose then to try to bring this up. In my opinion, I'm like you chose the wrong time to try to bring this up, and it just gives them an excuse to clown on you. You should have asked that at another time. But at the same time, I don't understand how they haven't released anything about this. And honestly, I feel like we're never gonna get to the bottom of this. But the internet will never forget.
The try not to fume challenge. This shit has got me steaming. They are trying to, with a straight face, say that Jeffrey Epstein never had a client list
That's a
and
load of
did
crap.
commit suicide. There was no foul play, no fishy business there. That was
Bro, there was a literal trial trying to slander Trump saying that he was on the list, and you had an actual like sex worker that was on the island saying no, he wasn't on the client list, but there were other names on the list. People have literally said there's a client list and they're fucking acting like all of a sudden there isn't. In my opinion, dude, this is like a terrible look for our government as a whole, regardless of what party you side with, because both parties have just been dealing with this shit fucking horribly. It's not that hard. Even if it'll make like one person look bad, it's not that hard to just be like, all right, here it is, open to the public, have at it.
no horseradish, no flag on the play, just a classical suicide. Also, no client list, no blackmail, no evidence of either of those two things. How peculiar, considering it wasn't that long ago
Does
that they were.
does he show the? I'm curious. I just need to see. Does he show the? It's not. No, it's not this. That's just an image. I think. No, he doesn't. Ah, shit. I think it was a YouTube clip. So hold up. Let's see. I might have it in my history. If I could find it here, that'd be really good. Just show it off real quick. No, it's not here. Fuck. Then where the fuck did I see it? Son of a bitch. Uh, yeah, fuck. Oh, fuck. I think it must have been somewhere else then. Shit. But I do remember seeing the clip. It was it in Tectone's stream that I heard it. Fuck, I don't. Ah, shit, I don't remember where it was, but I remember seeing the clip, and they were asking Trump like about the Jeffrey Epstein client list, and then they like cut to a little bit, where they were like, "Oh, we're trying to figure out, because there's like a minute of the like surveillance footage of the cell that has been cut out, and they're trying to figure out where that 1 minute is, so that way they could see what truly happened and whatnot." But I just genuinely don't believe that the man killed himself. I do also tinfoil hat believe that it was obviously staged by the corporate overlords that preside over the world.
Flaunting that the client list was coming out, the Epstein files were releasing. They even
Yeah.
gave the Phase 1 files to a bunch of influencers online for some photo ops, and they were posing like
What the
fucking
fuck?
prom pictures. They made a big hoopla. Those were the Epstein files. And that was right
Hoopla!
there. And they'll eventually release to us plebeians out here. Well, if there's no client list, what the fuck is in those folders?
Just stacks of
Pokemon
fucking
card collector?
blank
Like, what did you
pages.
hand them? Apparently, there's no client list, so what did you hand them? Just an empty file, an empty folder? And not only that,
No, it's just a stacked folder of blank pages to make it look like it's actually filled to the brim with like these client names.
Pam Bondi herself here, she has made so many statements about like how the Epstein client list is on her desk right now. You know, it's over there
What?
gathering dust. She'll eventually
And is reviewing JFK MLK file. Then why not publish them? Why not put them out? Isn't your job as a reporter to report the news and to inform the public of what the fuck is going on? I feel like this falls under that. Remember when reporters would literally go to Vietnam and risk their lives to take photos of what was going on over there? To show all the horrific shit that was going on in the Vietnam War. Remember when that happened? What happened to journalism like that, where journalists would literally stick their lives and reputations on the line to uncover the truth? Now it just feels like they stick their reputations on the line to defend whoever the fuck pays them the most, which is, in my opinion, just horrible fucking reporting. In my opinion, fucking uh, saying it twice.
brush it
Dog.
all off and drip feed us the information as it comes, and everyone that's on that list is going to face justice. She was cutting WWE promos about the Jeffrey Epstein client list. She'd even set hard dates on when it's going to drop like it was a new album. Mark your
Yep.
calendars, sports fans. The Epstein files dropping on this date. And then the date rolls around and it's just nothing. Like, actually nothing Burger Central.
Absolutely
Like,
fucking
it
garbage
got more
was
delayed
put
than
out.
Half-Life 3. It just never showed up, even though she would set dates, and then all of a sudden she's got excuses for why it's not there. But now, apparently,
Bro, at this point, this is like people are asking for it harder than anime fans are asking for No Game No Life season 2. Like, holy shit, dude. It's like, bro, they keep saying it's gonna come, but it never does. It never does. Just as delusional as us Bloodborne fans hoping for Bloodborne Remastered or Bloodborne 2. Or a PC port of Bloodborne that can run at 60 FPS with ultra fancy graphics and ray tracing and 4K and all that shit.
there was no client list in the first place, so what the fuck was sitting on your desk, Pam? How could the client list be sitting on your desk when the DOJ and FBI say that there is no client list? What an interesting pickle. That's quite a conundrum.
Yeah,
She says that
it's
she had
very
the
odd.
client list, like a physical copy on her desk. She constantly has referenced the client list, spoken directly about the client list. But now all of a
I can guarantee she's spoken more about the client list than the people who are on the list, and she probably hasn't name dropped a single individual who is on the list, and it sort of just confirms that they're trying to probably bury this now, which is very fucked up given that this is very fucking serious. Like, bro, it would expose a lot of people for being involved with essentially a sex trafficking pedophile ring. A pedophilic sex trafficking ring.
sudden
That's what I was
DOJ
looking
and
for.
FBI said it's not a real thing. I have no idea how she's even going to begin to tackle that plot hole there. It is crazy how
Little
stupid they
fucking
treat the
conundrum.
rest of humanity. Like, all of the people on the planet are lobotomites, and they can be fed any information whatsoever, and they'll accept it with a smile on their face and
It's like I think it's this movie. Hold up. It's like this. It's like, wait, is it this movie where he's like the? Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. It's like Idiocracy. They're cheating. They're treating people like they're from like they're fucking characters from Idiocracy, not and they think that the average human doesn't have a fucking an average IQ where they can actually piece shit together and do some critical thinking. They think it's like that. They're like, oh, people actually started wearing Crocs like in Idiocracy. Uh, Maybe they're not as bright as we think they are. Let's see if we can hit them with some tomfoolery, the good old switcheroo. And it's
Nothing of
just
it.
not working
And in some
because,
cases,
like the internet keeps saying, we don't forget. It's up there, and no one's forgetting about the Jeffrey Epstein list and how you promised to release it and shit. And how some people ran on releasing the list and it hasn't been released. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, there is no list. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, that's a load of crap. We all know there's a list. You're just covering it up to try to defend someone who's in government right now. And I'm not fucking saying, pointing any fingers at anyone specifically. I'm just saying there's probably someone in government or maybe multiple people in government who are on that list that are elected officials and they're trying to, wait for their term to either end or for them to severely fuck up to use it as like some type of blackmail, I guess. Which, in my opinion, is still fucking bad. It's like you should release it regardless and let the people decide how they want to pursue these individuals and by that I mean whether they want to petition to get them out of office and have them go to jail. And I don't mean like pursue as in, oh, let's go out and like hang them. No, I mean like pursue them legally, vote them out of office, make their voices heard, and, potentially jail time and shit for the atrocities that they committed on that island.
that does happen. But in something like this, there should be zero people on the planet that are happy with this and believe this
Yeah,
because this is the most
that's a load of
blatant,
crap.
fraudulent lie
It's
since
a bunch of
Wes Watson
hoopla,
talked
like you
about
said at
being
the
six
start.
feet tall. This is absurd. This is just ridiculous. It is downright diabolical to be doing a cover-up job like this. It's
Yeah.
literally fart investigated poop and found no shit. They have talked about it themselves for so long about having this client list and all of this blackmail evidence and everything about how all of them are going to.
This is just, it's obviously not as severe, but this is just like how they're being selective about who sees the Carmelo Anthony fucking surveillance footage during the track meet when he stabbed that other kid. This just reeks of that, where where they're being selective, choosing who can see what, instead of just releasing shit to the public. It's like, bro, you're the fucking news. Your job is to inform the public and to uncover any fucking truths that the government may be trying to hide. That's the whole point of us having the First Amendment of freedom of press. It's so that individuals, this is exactly why we have freedom of the press, actually. It's because in case the legacy media has become so corrupt that it's being controlled by the government, where individuals can go out themselves and they can investigate shit and the government won't be able to interfere because it's a First Amendment protected right. This is exactly why the First Amendment exists. For shit like this, it's just that people aren't actively trying to look for this shit. Why? Because the government tries to strongman anyone who does. And it's pretty fucking deplorable if you
Yes,
ask
Justice.
me.
Pam Bondi talked about tens of thousands of videos that they recovered as well. Like, how are you going to just wipe your ass with that and expect people to believe it? If anyone believes this, you need serious psychiatric help. If you actually swallow this shit they fed you with this
Yeah.
information that it's, a case of suicide, no client list, and no blackmail, you
No.
really need to
I don't
take a
believe that
hard
shit
look
for
in
a
the mirror.
second.
Because you are just not like a thinker. Like, you don't have a thinking cap on.
If you're everything that he describes, you're just a sheep. You're just a sheep following whatever the government herd master says, not thinking for yourself. And honestly, that's the worst type of individual you can be,
At all, because this
in
is
my
just absurd.
opinion.
There should be no one on the planet that is fooled by this. This should make you mad. It absolutely should make you very upset.
It's very
because this is
fucking
blatantly covering
terrible.
up for corrupt, evil people. in high
Yep.
positions of power. I
Oh,
say
look,
that
he
as
said
kind
what
of
I
a
just
joke, but
said.
I actually think we're pretty close to them just denying Jeffrey Epstein ever even existed in the first place. I really think the next
Bruh.
step here is they're going to start talking about like evidence to confirm that Jeffrey Epstein was never real. It was a code name for like a shadow operative that never actually existed. There was no island. There were no victims. I think
Even
we're
though
going to start with them trying.
there's literal proof, an actual autopsy, and the island you can actually drive by it and see it, and people have driven by it and recorded and whatnot.
That play because they are using
I mean, hell, I think someone actually like set foot on the island and walked up to the building, and like when he like touched the building, it was just like this metal fucking box and shit. And it was like, dude, that fucking island, it just you look at it and you get this fucking eerie feeling like from it. Like shit, let's see here. Yeah, I spelled that wrong. I don't know how to fucking spell. You can thank the American public education system for that. But look at this shit, dude. Like someone actually went up to this and touched it and shit, and like it was like all metal or some shit like that. And like you just look at this and you just get this fucking eerie feeling from the island. Like it just feels unsettling to look at. Y'all ever like see a horror movie and they're also on an island, but the island's just too quiet, no signs of life, but you get this feeling like you're being watched. That's what this island gives off. A feeling of you're being watched while there being no fauna whatsoever on the island. And it's just very very fucking unsettling and very fucking creepy and eerie as shit.
every weird tactic in the book to try and bury anything even remotely related to Jeffrey Epstein while trying to put on a strong face about how everyone's going to face justice. Well, where's that? That hasn't
Well,
happened. And it
if there's no list, who's gonna face justice then? You know? Who's gonna be prosecuted so there can be justice if there's no list? How does that work exactly? How are you gonna get justice for all these victims when you don't have a list of people to prosecute and bring to justice?
hasn't happened for years. So what is up with all of this lying? They just keep kicking the can down the road. They have still not
They
released the
keep
Epstein
moving the
files, and now
goalpost.
they've put the kibosh on it, saying the Epstein files aren't even real in the first place. It was all just made up, a
What a
fucking
load of
illusion.
shit, dude. I
So
don't
now there's
believe that for a
100%
second.
ensuring everyone that was associated with all of that evil gets away with it, and they're
It's
just
so disgusting and
proudly
so
doing it in
deplorable.
front of the entire American public's face, spitting in everyone's mouth by trying to say it doesn't exist, it's not real. No, no blacklist, no blackmail, nothing like that, and he did kill himself. And apparently they're
Yeah,
releasing some
no.
surveillance camera footage, like a lot of hours worth of that, to show that no one entered his cell during any of that time.
It's funny how they're releasing all this footage, yet they themselves will state that they're missing an hour's worth of footage. Like not an hour. They're missing like a small sliver, like a minute of footage, which is supposed to be the crucial part where it's before that minute he's okay and after that minute he's hanged. So that minute that's missing that they're choosing to not show that they're supposedly looking for is that's the crucial piece of the puzzle to finish it. And it's ow fuck my ear. Goddamn headset. They're tracking my shit. They're fucking trying to silence me. They're popping my headset trying to deafen me. But yeah, it's so fucking this just stinks to high heaven of fucking of cover up and government interference, and it's very very much like so fucked up given that Trump has been running on being for the people and putting everything out there, but he hasn't like given the order to like dig deeper into this or release the list. And to state that there is no list is just like a bitch slap in the American people's face with your fucking dick. It's like, bro, No one believes it for a second. We all know there's a list because you ran on that shit for so long, and there have been, because of all the fucking trials. I mean, shit, there were literally news articles saying this person and this person and this person, X, Y, X through fucking A, one through fucking infinity were on that list, and they were calling people out. I mean, for the love of fuck, we had Stephen fucking Hawking stating that he was on that. Not him, the person, but there was that article stating that Stephen Hawking, the man himself, was on the Jeffrey Epstein list. How can you say that and then all of a sudden turn around and say, "Oh, there is no list"? Like what? So you're just gonna outright accuse a dead dude, a dead scientist of being on a list, and turn around and say, "Oh, there was no list." Like it just does not compute. It does not make sense. The math isn't mathing.
Obviously, just doing everything in their power to put the conversation of Jeffrey Epstein and everything around the topic to rest. So now
Yeah.
you have the three-letter organizations all working together: the DOJ, the FBI, the DVD, the VCR, the BBL, all
The
of them working
VHS.
together, now trying to sell this horseradish about there being no client list and no blackmail. Like, I cannot believe that they are just trying to just say that, even though it's been something they've supposedly acted on and investigated for years and made huge progress on and want to get the information out to the American people because of these dangerous individuals that need to be
Yeah.
held accountable and
Yeah,
held
like
accountable.
you're saying, they ran on this shit. They literally stated multiple times that they would release the list. They even gave names of people who were on the list and shit. And now they're saying that there is no list. Like for the like, bro, look at this shit. Look at this shit. So stupid. Here we have Jeff Epstein's bland flight list or island flight list. So here you have one type of list. Here, like, bro, there were fucking literal news articles about this. Like, shit, Jeffrey Epstein, like, let's see. Look at this shit. This article is more than a year old. Prince Andrew Clinton Hawking. What do the Epstein documents say about the key people? Like, bruh, that's like three people named right there. Released records. Epstein befriended a slew of scientists. New records contain orgy allegations against one. See, Stephen Hawking and shit. So it's like, bruh, how are you gonna say that there isn't a list when you're name dropping people and whatnot from other documents, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, there is no list." Like clearly, there's a fucking list. You just saw someone's name on it, or multiple people's names on it that are currently in positions of power, maybe here, maybe around the world, and you're choosing to cover it up because you want to cover up corruption. That is very, very much like not what the fucking government is supposed to be doing, and it is 100% not what the news is supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be exposing this corruption. I mean, hell, Trump literally sued fucking MSNBC's 90 seconds, 90 minutes, whatever the fuck it's called, because they were editing fucking Kamala's shit to make it look different, which is fucking a form of propaganda, obviously editing something to make it look different from what the original person said and then publishing it to the news as factual. That's propaganda. But literally he put in an entire lawsuit for that shit, but now all of a sudden we're supposed to believe that there's no list, and all of a sudden they're bending the knee and they're not doing anything. It just, it does not make sense whatsoever, and it's kind of fucking disgusting in my opinion to try to cover up for some people who quite literally are essentially just sex trafficking pedophiles.
For the crimes that they engaged in on Jeffrey Epstein's island. It was even used as a political talking point for some
Yeah.
individuals to gain positions of power. using it as part of their platform about how they're going to fight for justice and release these Jeffrey Epstein files that have been, clogged up for so long and not, the information not out and available to the public. They were going to be the ones to break that dam. They were going to pursue this, come hell or high water, fighting night and day for it. And now those
Yeah,
people have been elected only to flip flop, and now they're totally fine burying the Jeffrey Epstein subject entirely. You should be asking yourself, why? I'll stop
yeah,
ranting
that's
on it,
literally
but
what I've been
it is
saying.
just mind boggling how dumb the government thinks everybody is. And I hope they're not right, because under no circumstances
Yeah.
should this be something that people just let go of. Like, oh, this is a bit of a
No,
blemish, right?
no way in hell this is something that should be let go of, especially when it was made a fucking talking point during the elections and whatnot. And it was made, it became national fucking news when he died and all this shit, dude. Like, bruh, how the fuck do they expect people to just forget? We've been seeing memes fucking ever since that day of we haven't forgotten, and the fact that they think that all of a sudden we're gonna forget, just like, bro, and the fact that they're publishing this shit after the fucking national disaster that was the flood of the Guadalupe River is fucking deplorable as shit. They're trying to fucking make it look like, oh, don't focus on this, focus on this. No, no, no. Jingle, jingle. The keys are over here. Don't look over there. No, no, no. Don't look behind the black curtain. Jingle, jingle. Look at this. Look at what happened in Texas. And it's like, bro, you're seriously doing this shit right now? This is when you chose to like try and cover this shit up when millions, when not, I'm not gonna say millions, I don't know how many people have tragically suffered due to the flooding in Texas, but when people have been suffering this hard and they're hoping for a fucking some type of win from fucking for anything, something they can rejoice over, you're gonna spit in the American people's face and be like, no, no, there is no list actually. It's downright horrendous.
Right now, but people forget it in a little while. It's not that big of a deal. It's a huge deal. And there should be
It's a
nobody out
massive
there
fucking deal.
downplaying it. This is preposterous. And I just had the yap about it. I just said I'd stop ranting about it, but now I'm getting fucking wound up about it. That's really about it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just so fucking. It's just terrible. It's a terrible look for the people involved. It's a terrible look for the government, and it's a terrible look for our fucking news sources for them to like actually aid in this cover up. It's just the dumbest shit in the planet, dude. But yeah, anyways. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. And remember to be safe out there. You never know what's going to happen. Mother Nature can decide to whip out her fucking titties and just start slapping us across the face unconsensually, like what happened in Texas. And prepare yourselves. National disasters could happen at any moment. You never know what the fuck. Like, shit. We're in the middle of summer and Texas got flooded. So, fucking Mother Earth's a bitch and she does not fucking care for anyone living on her planet. But yeah, be careful out there. Be safe. Protect yourselves. And remember, given that this is happening, this now has even more validity. Question everything, believe nothing, and always seek the deeper fucking truth. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.